All right, welcome to Down South Football Podcast, man. The halftime edition of the college football playoff. We got Cincinnati versus Bama, man. Of course, it's your man Renard D. Williams in the building. I got with me at DL Gardner 205, Mr. David Gardner. Gardner, what's going on, man?
Man, I don't know. Some things, some part of it is to be expected, and others I wasn't expecting. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm,
there
I'm
you
with
have
you
it.
on I'm with you on that, man. Just quick thing about the first half. Looking at everything, Alabama went out and established on the left side behind future first round pick Evan Neal, man. Dominated on that side, which a lot of people are already talking about them taking advantage of that matchup. You got Brian Robinson, man, basically with a full game in the first half. You got him with 17 carries for 134 yards. A great clip, man, doing his thing. Alabama's kind of controlling the tempo of the game and keeping them off balance on that part of it. What did you think about Robinson moving forward with everything?
I mean, right now, I mean he's running. I mean he's running good. I mean, heck, um, not to take anything from him. I think he looks healthy. He looks fresher than he has looked, prior
Mm-hmm.
to the bowl season. So not taking anything from him, but heck, my thing too, you know. One second, Williams. I don't know. I got some feedback over here.
Okay.
One second. And I had no idea where it's coming from. So I'm just gonna kind of mute myself.
Okay. Well, let me take you out and see if you can come back in and see how they work. Let me get you. Can you talk? Can you go? Yeah, yours is coming on. It must be something from the something else that you got going on the other side.
It
Just close
it
everything
must
out.
be.
Out.
Okay, just keep me out. I'll come back in when I'm ready.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so just talking more about what happened in the first half, man. Moving on, really, Alabama went base offense at first. 100% base offense. A lot of what they call like first day install. They didn't do anything too complicated. Made their first drive look very, 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 very easy. Also, Alabama defense is playing too high safety. They're playing too high safety, and they're getting pressure with their front four. So that leaves the back seven to basically keep them covered. Cincinnati receivers are not getting any separation to put any kind of fear into Alabama at all. So it's one of those things, man. It doesn't look good for Cincy at all. The second half adjustments are going to have to be really, really strong on them. But Alabama is just playing chess, man, and they playing checkers. The touchdown to Brooks, the reason why that touchdown worked because of who they had him on. And when it came out of it, their two main quarters, everybody knows it. Kobe Bryant, the famous Kobe Bryant name, and they also got Sauce Gardner. They've taken them out of the game plan. They only had one pass that was thrown to the outside. They're keeping everything kind of middle, everything around the slot corners, and the slot corner got exposed on that route. That's exactly what happened. That's why that touchdown worked. Everything is kind of working for Alabama right now. If you can pay attention to it and look to the side of it and see what's happening, it's not really a good look for them at all. Not for Cincy at all. Up front, they're getting dominated. It's almost like that we said in the chat. It's almost like they're pushing a sled. Is exactly what it looks like. So, and Alabama's getting what they want, and they're not even really doing anything too dynamic. They're just kind of pounding them, pounding them, pounding them. Let me see what you said, son. John said Alabama going to halftime working on their game plan for the next game. I mean, it kind of feels that way. You know what I'm saying? It kind of feels that way a little bit that they're not going to have to do a lot of different things to come in here and get this W, man. But I don't see Cincy with that 3-3-5. I don't see them actually stopping them, man. Uh, Moving on with that. But if I'm Cincinnati, second half adjustments, just like Arian just said, you talking about he expecting Ritter to run more in the second half. The tip passes at the line by Alabama getting their hands up, doing all that kind of good stuff like that. But you got to give a shout out to Bill O'Brien too, man. They went hurry up. Alabama went hurry up. They did that, kept going. So kept them off balance, made them where they couldn't substitute a lot of different things like that. Dave, you back up in it, man. But we just talking about O'Brien and his game plan right now at this point.
I mean, I think that O'Brien's plan to me was kind of obvious. I mean, you have a team that's you definitely on paper are more dominant up front. Uh, you're showing that you're more dominant up front. They are a base 3-3-5 stack team, so the numbers are in your favor. I mean, you got a running back that can get downhill. I mean, you're just going to basically exploit your power game. I mean, I think that us not taking nothing back from Bill O'Brien, but I think that any of us, even the ones that are watching live now, knew that hey, we need to run the football. I mean, we got to try to establish that. The fact that they can establish that lets me know that it wouldn't be surprised in the second half if this is a blowout. Um, and yeah, I mean that's just kind of where I'm at. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot. I mean, I see that when your offensive line is coming off the ball. I mean, if you guys are not checking out the all 22 view on what's the ESPNU.
ESPN
News. I'm sorry, ESPN News. You need to check that out. You can actually see the movement that I'm talking about on Alabama's offensive line. I mean, they're basically blowing the boys off the ball 3.5 yards. Now, the question is going to be: is Bill O'Brien going to get happy and just try to take shots, or is he going to try to stay steady? If he stay where he at right now, you go ahead and coast into the next game.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Dave.
Where we at?
And a lot of those plays they were showing, like I said, watching all 22 is great to have it live and not having to watch it on tape. But having all 22, like a couple plays, I heard people fussing and saying stuff on Twitter and stuff about plays. I'm like, I'm looking here now, it really wasn't nothing open. That's the stuff that you get. See, most time the ball is just focused on the quarterback when you're just watching the regular view. You can kind of see everything that's going on, the shifts and motions, whether they're playing outside leverage, whether they're playing inside leverage, are they playing too high, or what they're actually doing. But right now, man, I think Alabama's kind of just cruising. Cincinnati, if you want this to be competitive, you're going to have to do something different to get them out of what they're in.
Who got the ball? Who got the ball first?
Bama.
Bama.
So it's Cincinnati ball.
Well, that's a positive in Cincinnati's favor. Thank God Bama don't get the ball back. So, I mean, 3 points, field goals won't do nothing for Cincinnati because Bama's going to have to get down in this game, maybe about 14 points or more before they stop doing what they do. I would think they would have to, meaning being run first. I think that if Bama come out being pass happy, you kind of play into what Cincinnati can defend. But I don't see it changing, man. I see second half, unless something miraculously happens, I think you get more of the same, and I don't see where Cincinnati gets their points from at all.
They made a slight adjustment. They did, but that play with Ja'Cory Brooks was masterful design. And basically, like I said, he's staying. Bryce has only thrown like 2 passes to the outside. Everything else has been away. He's keeping them away from everything like that. So it's beautiful design. Once that line of scrimmage got established, that's what we talked about 2 days ago. We talked about this 2 days ago. If something's going to change, it's going to start with the line of scrimmage. And right now, the line of scrimmage game is just not where it needs to be for. If you're looking at it from a Cincy side, from a Bama side, it looks absolutely great. You got some road graders up there, of course. We already know that. And they running about 80% of their runs are going to the left. They running behind Evan Neal because he got an advantage over there with that end over there. So it's just a lot of that kind of little stuff going on. But Tuck, glad you up in here, man. What you got going on?
Pretty much everything which y'all already said. I mean, Bama is just taking the time possession. And then that was the main thing I was worried about that whole time. Like if they can eliminate the time of possession type stuff, Cincinnati has a chance. Okay, Cincinnati has not executed as much as I thought they probably would, but because you had a knockdown like the first drive, knocked down by Tutu, his name.
Man, get the man name right, dog.
Yeah, he had a knockdown over the middle. If he doesn't knock that down, that's a touchdown. Had a drop pass in the end zone. That's a touchdown. So the middle is there. Look, we got what Cincinnati's gonna have to figure out is they can't keep attacking the middle because obviously you can tell that the lineman has been told, "Hey, get your hands up." He's 6'4". I'm trying to figure out
like Arian said, like he don't play like he's 6'4" right now.
Yeah, he's not playing like he's 6'4". I mean, I'm like, why are these passes getting knocked down? You would think this would be Bryce. Because Bryce is like 5'6", 5'7", and so I'm just saying. But Alabama offensively, They're running the ball pretty well. They're controlling the clock. Brooks is stepping up. That's who we said it had to be another receiver besides Slayton and Williams. Williams is more of a possession receiver. They're keeping everything up underneath them. I think they're gonna open up in the second half. They're gonna open up like Williams going to take a couple of deep shots. I think Cincinnati do the same thing. I think Armour. I think he's hurt. I mean, you need to test him every single pass. Just test him. They put him back out there. Kool-Aid doing pretty good.
He is.
That
matchup, I want to stay on that matchup when you get a chance.
Yeah, I'm saying Kool-Aid doing pretty good, but I would test him. I wouldn't just keep, just boxing in and they need to go. Cincinnati stay with their run game. They're doing pretty good, and they get behind on the sticks because they throw on first down and it's knocked down, and then you try to run the ball with James, and then it'd be too late, and then they get behind the sticks and they can't run the ball no more. So, I mean, like I said, Alabama is doing Alabama's doing exactly what we thought they was going to do, is take advantage of the time of possession. But we'll see. It's going to be kind of hard for them to come back like this. They're down, what, 10? No, 12, 17? How many down?
14
points? Yeah. Another thing, brilliant. You can tell Nick Saban's been in here before because you took a timeout. They were driving the ball down their throat, took a timeout, and they got relaxed and they started throwing the ball. They threw it 3 straight times. One play was just ridiculous, didn't make any sense. Also, Riker missing that field goal. That didn't come back to bite him yet. Fumble on the punt return. That ain't came back to bite him yet. I mean, they can do this against Cincinnati. They can't do this against Michigan or Georgia.
It was a couple things.
I don't think they got to do that against. I'm just saying that I don't think they have to do this against Georgia. They just got to do what they want to do. But go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right. You're right against Georgia. Yes, 100%. They can do whatever they want to against it. They can go with that same game plan against Georgia and be successful.
Yes. But I mean, when I look at it seriously, like we talked about it a couple days ago, and I know we talked about it on the show. We talked about it off the show, man. Like if I'm looking at it from a Cincinnati standpoint, I'm getting some one-on-one balls with Kool-Aid. That ain't nothing against Kool-Aid. It's just Alec Pierce is one of their guys. It really looks like, truth be told, that the line, like we said before, the line of scrimmage is just showing more and more and more as we look at it. And like me and Dave said, you're not getting Alabama out of anything. They're going to stay. They're getting the pressure with the front four, and so the back seven is doing their thing. And you got 2 high safety, right. So everything is kind of covered. That's why you only getting short little intermediate curl passes from them. And Alabama DBs already play you close and play you tight from the get-go. Then you kind of get away from the run and do what you need to do. But it's not looking good. But we're gonna see what kind of adjustments they come out with. But they on the edge. They got the edge right now of a game turning play.
They got to score coming out. They got to score a touchdown. If they don't score a touchdown, blood's in the water. Automatic blood's in the water.
They got good linebackers, but they are small. But when you run that 3-3-5, man, everything has to work together. You got to have dominant, really good players on that 3. And they have. I've seen them where they come down to a 4, but they only coming down to their 4 when Alabama formational is allowing them to actually do
it. And the problem with them coming down to the 4, they coming with a 4, but they come with the same personnel. So it's the same bodies. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna even if they're 3-3-5. I mean, they still gonna probably bring at least 6. So you drop to 4, you still got the same 6 that was coming anyway. So
exactly. And then I forgot the person that they're leading interceptions. What's his name?
For who?
I can't remember. They said his name, but he leads the team in. Yeah, he the one that got the pressure on Bryce that knocked it off the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they need to keep doing that same thing. I mean, because they can't block him. They got to keep, because he was in on a couple of other in the backfield, a couple other plays, and then Black and what's the other guy that almost had the interception across the middle with Billingsley, number 18. If Bryce throws a dart, the Billingsley on that little out, that's a pick. So I don't know what Blackledge was talking about that he was open. He was not open at all.
And I'm gonna tell you this, man. That little play where they brought Williams in motion, Alabama brought Williams in motion, and then Brooks came down and laid the dude out. and Sauce Gardner made the tackle. They luckily made Sauce Gardner made the tackle on Jameson, because if he don't make that tackle, there ain't nobody with 30 yards from him over there. He gone. He gone. So it's like, like, and you can see that when we were watching the all 22, like, yeah, it looks like you see a tackle for loss, but no, if you go back and look at the film on that, man, he's wide open, man. But I don't see anything right now that's saying that gives me that hope of like, yeah, okay, Cincinnati, you ain't attacking them deep because they're doing too high. They're doing too high. So it's like, what did you think their adjustments are to?
I mean, I really don't see they're not executing. They're getting balls that are getting knocked down. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to, whatever side that ball is going to, you got to tell your offensive lineman to cut. That's it. It's no more straight up type ball no more. It's no more pass pro. Right. You get tat and then you cut them and you throw that slant. I mean, it's open. It's not like it's not open. They're getting the balls getting knocked down. It's not like it's drops. It's nothing like that. I think they got cute a couple of times with the little tight end screen and stuff. No. Yeah, just go up and down the field and do what you got. Do what you got you there, because they're not doing terrible. They're just not executing. Plays are open. You gotta catch the ball. You gotta run the ball. You gotta block. That's it.
Right. That's true. And another thing too, that's true what you said about they're gonna have to start cutting to that side where they're trying to throw quick to. Also, the receivers, you got to make the catches when they do throw it. In the first quarter when you had that slant, the guy, it was a little high, but
it was high, but he had it.
He had both hands on it. In this type of game, now against I'm just gonna say Houston. I think Houston's an outstanding team, but against a Houston, you can come back and convert that maybe another play or two later. But against Alabama, you probably might not get but one look at something that open. It's not gonna be that the next time. So.
Yeah, you gotta convert. Like they back on it.
All right, look, don't listen to Pat talk about quarterbacks, because no, Pat, they don't need another quarterback.
Well, look, let's just say this, man. It's our biggest concern was how it was going to go, and everybody talked about all the national media. This is why I don't like some national media. Sometimes they hyped up about Gardner and Kobe Bryant. They are great, but I'm like, they got to get to them. They got to get to him. And you got all these weapons. They don't have to do any of these things. But, man, look, the game is kicking off right now. So, fellas, we'll be back post-game, man. Y'all see us when we get ready to go live post-game, man, and going into the Michigan game. Thank everybody. If you own Facebook, come on over to YouTube, man. Come on over to YouTube, and we'll see y'all soon, man. But we'll be back post-game.